Hello folks and welcome back to Prey. Last time we picked up the psychoscope, which now we can use to research and scan the Typhon and also things around us to get the ability to use psychic powers. But we were too fast last time, we missed the conversation, so I reloaded, did the beginning bit, which is more complicated.
Alright, Morgan, I know I can't make you stay put, but you're gonna die down there if you don't listen to me. You need to calibrate your psychoscope. Try scanning the Typhon specimens around you. Once you get enough scan data, the labs will open. More importantly, you'll be able to install Typhon-based neuromods. You'll be unstoppable. That's what this is all about, Morgan. You spent 3 years of your life making it possible. Putting what they can do into us. You've just forgotten.
Right. Okay. We're scanning something over there. There's a phantom. We can scan that. And that gives us the first level kinetic blast. Okay, so you can now install, if you so wished, kinetic blast neuromod. The concern is that that'll start triggering the
Good. Sending you the code to his safe in Director Kalstrup's office. I'm certain he's hidden neuromods there. Use them to install one of the Typhon abilities. Do that, maybe you'll live long enough for me to see your face again.
Let's see. So there was a phantom around here somewhere. Also, what I want to find out is, does the mimic detection only work if the psychoscope is on? Where was the... Oh, you were in here, weren't you? And it was inside containment. Typhon Anthrophantasmus. You're awake. Close, thank you. What about you? I can scan the last one, okay, so you got the full scan. We can now encrypt Kinetic Blast 2 if we so wish. Kalstrup's safe is over there, which has neuromods for us. Also a recycler. I can't tell, can I? Damn. Mimic matter available.
Sound aptitude available.
Okay. So you want us to... They glued up the wall, the windows to stop people from getting in or out, I guess. Which means we have to bash our way in. The mimic is inside the fabricator. that item that's going to get dropped out is a mimic. Anti-rads. Honestly, that does not bode well. So you're a mimic. Okay, transfer a bunch of junk. Honestly, and you got two. You don't need two of these. That can go in there. That can go in there. Are we good? Does anything else need to go in there? Okay. Panpsychism. Greek term pan, everything. Psyche, mind. All basic physical constituents of the universe have proto-mental properties that are irreducible. Energy, matter, psi, consciousness. We need to glue that down briefly. But let's have a look around here first of all. Right. Start grabbing some pneumatic field stuff. Pneumatic research, like all bold new ideas, is undergoing a predictable pattern in the scientific community. First, skeptics ridicule the idea that violates conventional wisdom and the law of science. Second, skeptics grudgingly concede the idea might be possible in some circumstances, but the evidence is weak. Third, the idea catches the attention of the mainstream researchers and, more importantly, the public. And fourth, the same skeptics who once laughed at the idea now claim they thought of it first. Castle Cabin, his office. That's Typhon Mimesis Part 2. Earlier models postulated that the mimic reformed its molecular structure, actually replacing the atomic makeup of a target object. Replicating. We now hypothesize that the mimics are not changing shape at all. When they mimic an object, a mimic is no longer objectively present in this universe. The mimic swaps with an object in a parallel reality, but maintains a conscious link, a kind of paradimensional entanglement, to the object in our universe. Email, time to talk. Gallegos is posing a problem. Let's talk for your looking glass. I'm going to repair that because this is too dangerous to go unrepaired. Also, there's something above. Agent Tokaji insists she got her hand in a piece of machinery, but her that's open over there, so I'm wondering like if a mimic came in here, but no, so far no mimic detection is triggered. But her wounds show evidence of bite marks, human bite marks. Someone bit her finger off. When I asked security if they could find the fingers or at least reattach them, they said the machine had ground them up. What is going on? Telepath rejection. Full report still pending concerning the last experiment V01065537. I'm assuming if the V is volunteer, then their birth date. The full Typhon Psychocratis initially evidenced incidents of the subject. Oh, Psychocratis is the subtype. But then failed to colonize the subject's mind, developed a Sonko version, in fact. Experiments halted at 5 hours, 5:01:30 minutes. That makes no sense. At Morgan's request, 37 sent to recovery. While 37 has a history of psychological instability, the event seems to have inflicted additional trauma. Both Morgan and Alex have agreed that 37 should be held until we can determine the origin of 37's particular resistance to Typhon Psychocratis. I wonder if that's the U in the one in the stuff. Tokaji in 37. Per your request, Tokaji was sent to trauma. Her fingers could not be recovered. 37 is isolated under continual watch. Security will perform regular checks on his status. Yeah, so 37 is the guy in quarantine. Like, how open were they with stuff here? Because clearly the man was sent to, like, an area that it's outside psychotronics, which means that it was pretty obvious what they were doing here, I suppose? Turn off central power. Not until I know there's a reason to do that. Unless that's specifically for dealing with that. It might be.
Hello.
Hello. There's something above us. Can you get up? Can you get up there? Is there a way to get up there easily? Like, I know I can probably make my way up there, but is there a way up there nominally? Okay, no, hang on. If we max out, then we get Morgan's notes. Use glue to slow them down. Telekinetic projectiles pack a big ash punch but can be dodged. Better to get in close and personal. Tracking bracelets on them are still active. I didn't actually jump, did I? I just walked off the edge. Oh, hang on. Ooh. Damn. I thought I was onto something there. Okay, maybe... Okay, I'll get up there again. Hello. Let's try with a glue this time. Come on, that's definitely within mantling range. I've mantled things that are higher than that. Come on. Give me extra altitude. There we go. Some glue canisters. Containment. Okay, where are we? The M. Active instead of tab. M. So we're near behavioral biometrics and labs B. There's a red marker there. That's probably going to be one of the... I'm going to hit tab, because I want to see if I can walk up to and disturb a mimic. I kind of want to see if I can disturb a mimic. Behavioral biometrics. They're doing research here. Full-on proper research.
Isn't it fascinating? There's something almost angelic about those golden filaments, like frozen light. The Typhon weave it out of thin air. The question is why? We have a lot of theories, but no solid answers. Not yet. I wish you were with me, Morgan. Not the way you are now. The way you used to be. I know we could tackle this together. Like old times.
Utilities. Null wave control. Introduce null wave transmitter to test chamber to suppress mimic abilities. Well, first of all, let's go back to this stuff. Mimic theory. From Rory Mannion. Time to place your bets on how this actually works. My money is on number 2, obviously. Hallucinogenic field. Mimics predict a field that causes observers to think they see the object. Pocket dimension. Mimic swaps places with the object in a parallel universe, stays connected via a wormhole. And transmutation. Mimic reconfigures its atoms and molecules while maintaining its own subjective consciousness. After the last 6 months here, I'm going to go with 4, magic. Dome Taker. Dome Taker 3. Pilgrimage to the altar key of the Domed arrived with my last drop. Let me know if you'd like to download. All caves are handcrafted. Mystery Man. Does Lanzetta ring any bells? Dr. Gus Lanzetta? What if I told you he worked with us for a week? 1 week. The week before the entire staff had the last quarter's neuromods removed. He left his badge in the locker. I had IT look up his account. It's all been deleted. All but his credentials. Who the hell was he? Okay, so... Okay. Interesting. You transform into the little objects you can see. Okay, but if I deploy the null wave, what happens? You're not a regular one.
Scan complete.
Greater
More
mimic.
specimens required.
The Greater Mimic. Research from Project Axion Archive. The preliminary observation reveals that Specimen 14 is moderately larger than any of the mimic specimens collected from the Kletka incident, but a far more fascinating aspect is what appears to be its advanced mimicry ability. Specimen 4 has numerous occasions demonstrated the ability to reproducing objects whose size and complexity far outstrip the abilities of the other specimens. What's more, many of these reproductions appear to be fully functioning. So we also get regeneration. Sorry, no. Once you have Morph 2, you get regeneration. Okay, so now we can do Mimic 1. Regenerate up to 10 health immediately after taking damage. Is that an active ability or is that a passive ability, I wonder? Interesting. I'm wondering, do we want to start using... Like, is it a good thing or a bad thing to start using Typhon, not a Mimic?
Scan complete. More specimens required.
Damn. I want to not locate mimics. I want to see if I can encounter mimic with the psychoscope off. Can I open this? Lab. Lagrange, yes, sense. Okay, I can get in here. Does this hurt? It doesn't seem to hurt, but it's definitely psychically linked. What the hell is this? What the hell is that? Do we go psychic? Like, I wonder if it's one of those things like where, like, if you go full psychic, like, you get bad end because, like, oh, you've turned yourself into too much of a psychon. You've used psychon abilities to power yourself up, but now you're no longer considered human, etc., etc., etc. That's a Typhon lure. We're testing the Typhon lure. I've noted another light knight was requested opposite the cycloluminescence. This time the Typhon ought to follow the lure like an imprinted duckling. Okay. It's a good test. It shows you how the thing works before you have to use it. Which is clever, I suppose. Oh, can you not... Hang on. Are you forever no longer allowed to use your abilities? If I open that up again, will you transform into that again? Or are you forever prevented from becoming an object? It might be. Might be after you've hit an all. It did say. No, never mind. You can eventually become it again. I was gonna say it did say suppresses voids test results. Okay. Not a mimic. Well, I agree with you there. This leads to what? This leads to. These are train rooms. Give me that. Labs B. I'm gonna say, I do want to see if I can walk into range of a. I might just go. Okay. Okay. Okay, if it is F8 or is it F9? F9. Okay, two things I want to test now. Now that I've got a turret, I'm going to try. We've got a turret scanning as well. Good. Scan the turret, sure.
Research complete.
The turret. The accuracy grade for this newest iteration is a significant improvement over the last generation, with a marked 17% increase. The jamming issues when transitioning to portability mode also seem to have been resolved. Stability is still shit. The psychoscope element works well, but I recommend tuning the sensitivity down somewhat. I've received complaints from Psychotronics that some of the prototypes were sent down for testing are a little high-strung. Easy to upgrade and repair. Base model is weak against some of the larger Typhon. Be careful around them with neuromods. Does not like any Typhon material. Yeah, okay, so this definitely seems to indicate the fact that if you get yourself potentially psychic stuff, neuromod stuff, it'll start giving you grief. Rory Mannion, hello.
I can hear the Weaver through the walls. Son of a bitch is gloating, I know it. How are you holding up?
I dropped a couple of nightlights to lure the phantoms
I
away.
definitely did not turn it on.
Put sticky notes on every goddamn thing I'm sure isn't a mimic. You?
Good. Safe inside the armory. Squashed a mimic that slipped in, but that's it. I got everything sealed tight.
What's our plan?
Wait for rescue?
You know, if we make it, Alex is just going to pull our mods.
You want to remember this shit?
I think we could get out through the guts. Work our way up to the Arboretum.
Okay. Say the word.
Scan complete.
Dark Matter 2 available. Okay,
Psionic aptitude available.
okay, that's test 1 done. Was that, okay, I'm fairly certain that you don't seem to have the scope on, because I didn't have the scope on when I discovered that thing.
Alien threat detected. Target lost.
Let's see. We know it went around the corner. Okay, you need to have the psychoscope on.
Scan complete. More specimens required.
The next thing I want to do
Scan complete.
we got we can go full mimic 3. Massive mimic there. Imitation power seems limited to objects roughly the mass of a mimic itself. Could the psychoscope be modified to somehow detect hidden ones? Get to high ground and immobilize with the glue cannon.
New psionic aptitude available.
Okay, so we need we've discovered that we need to have the psychoscope on. to detect things. That's okay. Inconvenient, but okay. Makes sense. My next check is going to be, I'll save behind the turret, apply some neuromods. The turret's broken, never mind. But I do want to basically do a check for... I can repair you, can't I? I can. Right, let's do some testing.
Error log submitted.
Yeah, save.
Eradicator autotroid version 0.7.6
Right.
online.
We're chilled? We're chill. Okay, so at the moment we are chill. If I give myself, so saving here, I'm going to give myself a neuro mod. I'm not necessarily going to use it. I just want to basically put it there. Know that enemy acquired a Typhon power. That's going to be a whole thing, isn't it?
What's happening?
Don't let them do this to you.
How does it feel? Do you remember? The first time you said it was like you were outside yourself, like time itself had bent its knee, waiting for
Can you
you
hold
to
stealth me?
decide. You moved my chair without touching it. It gave me chills. The possibilities. You became something new that day. Something higher. I knew then, as I believe now, that our mission is to lift up all humanity in the same way.
Some powers are triggered instantly by pressing mouse 2. Some powers are targeted. To stop time and enter side targeting mode, press and hold mouse 2. Use mouse to aim, release mouse 2 to execute power, press F to cancel. Powers can be equipped in favorites wheel. Okay, so if I do this, am I a threat? No, I'm not a threat. How many... If I grab, like, I don't know, Mimic 2, is there like a level where I have too much Mimic? No, okay. So hang on. I wasn't gonna do that anyway. I want to leave the question of, are we going load the quick save, please. Not the... Yeah, load that one. I want to leave the question to, do we go Typhon to you?
Alien threat detected. Proximity sensor reset.
I'm leaving that in your hands.
Debug build version 0.
I just realized we never actually got to the damn save, did we? From Mimesis. May explain how mimics arrived here and how at least one survived the vacuum inside the Kletka for so long. They can move to an adjacent dimensional bubble where time passes much more slowly, shifting back with the appropriate stimulus, prey. From the mimic's perspective, a 6 million year journey to our solar system in the form of an iron meteor might only take a few seconds. Those things are the ultimate trapdoor spiders. Charming. This specifically says level 1, right? If I go to the chipset menu, generation 1. So I'm assuming we can get better at that. That's in the emails. 37 has shown signs of further instability in the last 24 hours. Subject demonstrated morbid curiosity around small objects around him, attempting to place them in his mouth and consume them, nutritive and non-nutritive. The initial diagnosis would seem to read rapid onset pica, but there was no evidence to this prior exposure to the telepath. We're not ruling out suicide attempts, although the subject isn't making an effort to hide it. I'll be performing an endoscopic exam next shift to make sure nothing is lodged in the esophagus or intestines. 37 is still under suicide watch. As requested, the prisoner hasn't been given any sedatives to keep his system clean for the upcoming surgery. No food either, only water. He doesn't do much except rock back and forth, staring at the same point in the wall, mumbling to himself in Russian. Can't make out what he's saying. He's made no attempt to hurt himself that we've seen. This volunteer doesn't seem to be suicidal, seems disoriented, like he's sleep drunk. Encephalectomy. Helen, I think we've just gotten about all we're going to get out of 37 by talking. I want you to schedule a surgery in the next few days. Let's get it out and into the analysis as soon as possible. You're gonna grab his brain. Okay.
Scanning target, no alien material.
This is Mitsuko Tokaji's locked room with no key. But there is stuff inside.
Stuff to you.
In light of what we now know the Typhon are capable of, and not capable of, it seems prudent to revisit the Project Cobalt material.
Igor?
Neuromods can already adapt Typhon material to the human mind. There's no reason in principle the reverse wouldn't work.
Say you managed to insert human neurons into a Typhon. How will you know it was successful?
The new neural structures would need to mature over a series of actual experiences, or simulated ones.
What?
Simulate the experiences. Calvino, he has...
Right, okay, look, it's fascinating, but let's focus on what we know is working. I don't want anyone devoting resources to this.
There's no window there. I could mimic... Can you mimic something small and go through the gaps? Because we've seen like things I want to go through small gaps before. There's no way into this. Alright folks, I'm going to leave it in your hands whether you want me to go Typhon or not. But I can definitely see benefits to it. But is this game going to punish us for going Typhon? This is the big question. Like, will this game just punish us for going Typhon? Like, oh no, you've gone Typhon. Have a bad ending or something. I don't necessarily want that to be the case. Oh, this is the... Okay, that's the airlock. Atrium. Look at the time. Okay, folks, I'm going to call it there for now. And you've seen that at least some minor Typhon stuff doesn't seem to at least immediately trigger the things. Maybe there's a limit to how many Typhon mods we can get before the turrets go hostile. And I wonder if I can mimic a mug or something. Can I get through this? Interesting. Anyway, folks, I'll catch you all next time. Let me know what you think, and I'll see you then. Bye-bye.